When the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight, we're going to live on, we're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
It's not true. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters the story they tell when you're gone.
I keep on pushing down my Gypsy road.
Man, I missed that title. I didn't want to do a name change, but every time I hear that intro, that last part, it's like makes me want to cry. But guys, man, look at this panel, people tonight. What a kick-ass!
What's up, everybody?
We got Anthony, Connor, Dr. Wu. My God, I'm so goddamn excited. My dog is farting for me. And man, she's just ripping it up down here.
Dog ass smells.
So God damn it, how's it going, Anthony? This is
What's
your
up?
first time
No,
on this channel.
Some Febreze? You want some?
yeah,
some
Febreze.
Well, listen, look, I got Lysol.
All right. Doing good, brother. That was a great intro, man. I love your intro. Killer.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
That's
I
good,
actually
man.
saw a comment today, I think on another show. We did another show today earlier that some people one guy was bashing my intro that I created for this other show, but then on this channel, a person named Hobbs said, "Hey, I loved it."
No, it's great.
Okay.
Great.
You can't please everybody. You can't please everybody.
I learned that real quick.
Like
Screw 'em.
one thing we can't please is this channel that's called Unidentified-S4.
Yes.
This
Move it up.
Yes. UFOs.
UFO. Now, yes. Of course, you got the alien, you got the UFOs, but I've seen you on other channels, and I've seen you. I looked at like a lot of your videos. You do more than just UFOs. But I like that the main part is UFOs. But I see you talk paranormal. I mean, you're open-minded to a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
I hear you talk Bigfoot. So you're
a big Bigfoot fan.
You're perfect for us because even though we know as the UFO guy, but you're really everything. But let me ask you something. We're going to start right off the bat, people. Now, I've always said this, and I could be wrong, Anthony. I always said one of the hardest to ever try to prove lately versus like trying to prove a Bigfoot, paranormal, Mandela effects, and all that is probably UFO because now you got so many things in the sky. You got drones, even balloons, and all that. So when you look at videos and stuff, is there something like you look for to try to determine like this might be more of a real deal versus another one where you know right off it's a drone or something? Is there like a coloring you look for or anything?
Well, no FAA lights for starters is a big one. No flashing lights. Although some can have flashing lights, but I'm talking the blue, the red, the white, the hallmark, FAA type flashing lights with that pattern, that hallmark pattern I look for. But I got a lot of software I take out with me now. I have satellite tracking, ISS tracking, radar tracking. We have all these great apps now that can help us determine what's what in the sky. Then you have range finders to determine the height and FLIR and night vision. And there's so much cool equipment out there today. And the scopes for the cameras are phenomenal today. I mean, you can really zoom in. But, a lot of people get pissed off when you film the dots, little dot objects in the sky.
Yes.
But, I tell them, I'm not putting them in the sky. I'm filming what's there. If there's a nuts and bolts craft in the sky, I'm going to film it and show it to you just as fast as what else I film. I can't help what I film, but I think it's all fascinating, no matter what it is.
That's great. Yeah. Do you think they're? I mean, do you believe they're there? That's a good question for a lot of people that are UFOs, people that study it. Some of them don't believe that they're extraterrestrial. Some of them believe that they're governmental. Some remember they're interdimensionals or whatever dimension or whatever. Some people say they become beyond the ice wall.
Yeah, no, I believe in all of the above. I think some of them are extraterrestrial. Some of them are reverse engineered from our government. Some of them are secret military projects. Some of them are advanced drones that different countries are working on. That Tic Tac, for instance, is probably something advanced another country's working on. I don't think that's extraterrestrial by any sense of the word. But then you got these little dots you see in the sky every now and then that are attached. I mean, they're linked onto each other so in such a tight formation that these things are zipping through the sky at thousands of miles an hour and making all these weird maneuvers, and they're staying locked on at that distance from each other and just doing all that crazy shit. And I don't think those are military, or they could be from another dimension or whatever, but they're definitely not ours. I think those are the most fascinating ones, believe it or not, because the maneuvers they make are like nothing you've ever seen before. They're pretty wild.
It's not correct. You can't.
No.
Your face would pancake the wall if you stop that fast.
Absolutely. So they have to have some kind of shielding of some sort around them. If they don't have a shielding around them, there's no occupants in them. Then they're being controlled from another craft, and maybe they're like some kind of scout vehicle or something of that nature. But I got started when I was 13. I was out. I used to race motocross when I was a kid. Got started at like 11. When I was 13, I was out practicing in the woods on the weekend, and I had stopped around lunchtime, around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, to take a break, checking the bike for gas. My guys are riding on the other side. I'm taking a break, relax. I'm sitting on my bike, and I'm watching this craft float into the woods. And I'm sitting on my bike, and I'm staring up at this thing with my mouth agape wide open. And the triangle it stopped. And it was just like a perfect triangle. Yeah. And at 13 years old, you're saying in your head, wow, man, the stealth bomber can hover. That's amazing, because that's the first thing that went through my head, the stealth bomber. The F-17s. Those were the first things that were around when I was a kid. And a couple minutes go by, and then another one floated from the top over to the side, and it sat side by side with each other. There were two identical triangular craft. Underneath looked like a sheet of black glass. I mean, it was beautiful. And I just remember staring at this thing. And the next thing I knew, my parents were screaming my name in the woods. My mom, my dad, my sister were all looking for me in the woods. They said I was gone for hours. I came to. I lost about almost 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Next thing was like a little after 5 in the evening. And I told my parents I was right here in this spot the whole time. My father was going to kill me. Because when you got Italian parents, when your dad whistles, it's time to come home. You don't come home, you're getting your legs broken. And I swear to God, I was there that whole time. And that one experience just set me on my path. I had no real, you see movies when you're a kid about extraterrestrials and stuff. But like, I didn't know it was like a real thing until that happened. And it really blew my mind and totally opened me up to the subject.
Well, there's a show out called Out of Range. And like in the first episode where he came back to the house, he thought it was 8 o'clock in the morning. They said, no, it's 10 o'clock, where he lost hours seeing something paranormal. So, of course, that's in X-Files too, where they lost time. So
any marks, any scoops or any weird kind of shit on your body?
I never told anybody, really. We haven't talked about it much yet. But yeah, I do have. What's that?
Are we the first to hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I do have a scoop mark on this. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. But it is there.
I'll make it bigger.
Let's take a look.
Yeah,
he does. Holy fuck, he does. He sure the hell does.
Yeah, and I've had that since I'm a kid. But I never attributed it to anything extraterrestrial until I started, people talking about scoop marks and all that stuff. Still to this day, I can't say that it 100% is,
Yeah.
but I know I have it from when I was a kid, from when I was like
Yeah.
13 years old. That's been there. But it was never like an open wound or anything like that. It's always just been that, scoop mark. It's a classic scoop mark on the arm is what it is.
Yeah, there's less
And,
nerve there. It's not painful. Like
it don't bother me at all. No.
Yeah, like as in if let's just say I'm gonna say it like this: if somebody circumcised you, you're gonna be screaming your ass off. But if they circumcise this, you're not gonna feel that much, but a little bit of and the nerves aren't very many nerves there, so you're not gonna feel it.
I don't know if you could see it, but I have a dent. It's hard. I know no, you can't really see it. I have a dent on my head from hitting a rock when I flew out of the car as a baby.
You did.
And the dent's still there especially when I crinkle my skin. You can't see it on here because we're so small, but
yeah, that's what I told him.
I have a
you don't remember me pushing him off the concrete stairs, but
that's the thing. That's the thing too. Like why I never attributed to extraterrestrial ever, because who knows when you're a kid, dirtbag riding and a branch hits you, you get poked with something. I'm 40 years old now. I can't remember half the shit that happened back in the 90s. You know what I mean? So who's to say? But it is that classic
scoop
mark shape. And I have had it since I'm a kid.
I wasn't saying you didn't get it from that. I'm just saying when you get a dent as a kid and stuff, it stays on your body forever.
Oh yeah, forever, man. Forever.
It doesn't go away. Now you said the word, and you have a video with that word you said earlier, UFO scout ship. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you write UFO scout ship, what do you mean by UFO scout ship?
First of all, I'm talking about, I found out the other day, they're calling them meta ships. It's the specific shape of the ship that I was talking about for starters. And there's been a couple of videos out. Third Phase of Moon just had one. And the craft is identical to this craft. That's one for starters. And these so-called scout ships, they come in at very low altitude and they just hover. And they float over the land really slow. And they just observe the location that they're in. So that's the term scout ship. They're scouting out the area that they're in. Now, nobody has an exact, definition for the scout ship. Everybody's got their own term. To me, that's what it means, that they're, hovering real low and they're going over our terrain and checking things out. So they're scouting out the area. That's kind of how I perceive it. It means that they're, hovering.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and that specific shape has been seen all over now. The United States, Mexico, Germany, France. That specific shape has been seen on that angle and tilted up when it takes off. So kind of like turning on its belly and flying that way when it takes off.
Is it a circle? Is it a teardrop?
It looks like Boba Fett's ship. Right? I mean, that's the best way I can describe it to you.
Look at that handsome guy.
Hey now. But that craft is amazing. And being that same exact shape is being seen all over the world lends more credibility to it to me.
Definitely.
A lot of people
where
say,
was that body of water that you were filming it by?
Oh, that's my backyard to my house. I live on the beach. My backyard's the beach.
Wow.
Yeah, you were abducted, man. They're hanging around your house.
Yeah, they're over the water all the time here, man. All the time.
Yeah.
There's a big correlation with UFOs and water.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that, man.
Oh, yes.
7:16 p.m. northwest.
You get people that fight with you till they're blue in the face. It's a satellite. It's this and that. I'm like, man, were you there?
Wow.
Do you have satellite tracking software that tells you exactly where the satellite is at that time? You know what I mean? I mean, I know what I'm looking at.
You know what the problem is, Anthony? Me and Connor talk about this all the time. I talk about it all the time. It's too easy now for people to try to say that does not exist. Oh, that's just a meteorite. Oh, that's just a satellite. No, that's just a drone.
People are so dismissive, man.
But there's multiple. They wouldn't have that, for safety precautions. So that's nothing governmental. That's nothing from a controlled organization. That's incredible footage, man. And to see all these different colors. That's elementals and deities or some kind of protective shielding around these ships. That's amazing stuff. I love it.
They almost look cute.
there are colors that you see, but the specific color pattern that you're seeing right now is an artifact from the night vision. The colors you see in the sky are primarily blue and white swirling around each other, but for whatever reason, the night vision gives it that blue, red, orange tone. But it is swirling. The colors are swirling. That's really happening in real time.
Swamp gas. I heard that too. A lot of people say swamp gas.
Swamp gas. Come on. Have
Yeah,
you ever seen swamp
like
gas ever? Have you ever seen swamp gas floating in the sky like that? I have. I've never have.
Anthony, a couple quick things come to mind. That's a really interesting spot on your arm, just because a friend of our channel, Donnie Miller, he was actually abducted by aliens up in Alabama, and that's where lots of the Nazi scientists came over during Operation Paperclip. So there's tons of UFO activity and testing over there and highway craziness. But yeah, he was abducted, and he actually has a piece of metal in his arm right there. So I don't know if you ever had an X-ray, but he was X-rayed, by accident because he broke his wrist, and they figured it out. The scoop, of course, is just a little sample. But it could be a possibility that there is a little piece of metal in your bone. So it's very, very interesting.
Underneath the skin, I don't feel anything. I just feel like the dimple, the dent is all I feel. I don't feel anything. But then again, I'm chubby, so I probably couldn't feel my bone if you paid me.
Yeah, he had no clue it was even metal until he broke his wrist, and the doctor came out and said, "Hey, did you guys have some kind of strange procedure?" And his mom said, "No way, Jose." So it's very interesting. And then that one graphic that you just had, pretty much of the gray alien or the long neck alien, I think that's very interesting. And we had a friend on our channel right here, Roman Piscotti, that she has an alien extraterrestrial guardian, and it looks like that, but she actually says that is their shield, that is their body costume cover to cover up. Have you heard anything of that, or do you think
I've had I've had some very, very, I call them very vivid dreams. I never call them abductions. They're always dreams to me because that's how they seem. I had one a couple months ago where I fell asleep on the couch and I woke up to those exact looking beings, those tall grays with the long necks, long arms, took me by the hand. I stood up with them in a group. We walked right through my living room wall.
Wow.
We traveled really quick. Next thing you know, we were on their world, and I was in a clear dome, like a clear bubble, protected from the elements on their planet in this dream. And they were telling me through my mind with all these weird symbols and shapes they were putting through my head that under no circumstances can we bring nuclear weapons into space. This is going to be a major problem, that they were holding back these factions of extraterrestrials from coming down here now that wanted to take us over and destroy us and take all our natural resources. And if we were to bring these nuclear weapons to space, it was going to be, game over. It was going to happen. Yeah. But, it was like one of those dreams where you wake up in the morning and you're covered in sweat, like, Jesus Christ, did that really just happen? Like one of those dreams. Yeah. And I've had dreams like that a couple times now, and always with the very similar type beings, either the short little gray guys or the tall guys. I woke up a couple nights ago to a really sick dream where they were looking at they had this thing over my chest, and they were looking at my heart through this screen that was over my chest. Wow. And they were the little guys were fighting with the big guys, and I could understand everything they were saying through my head, telling me I only had 6 years left to live. I'm going to die of a heart attack. And the big guys were telling the little guys to reverse the problem. And the little guys were telling the big guys the problem's too far gone. He's got 6 years left. That's it. So the only way I'm going to know if that was real deal is if I die in 6 years from a heart attack.
Wow.
There's a good possibility that shit really happened. Wow. But I attribute a lot of that to, we're working on videos 24 hours a day, out filming around the clock, talking about UFOs and aliens around the clock. Naturally, you're going to dream about it, right? So that's how I attribute it. I don't attribute it to like, oh, I got abducted last night. But some of those dreams are wild, man.
Well, Spooky Morales wrote, more and more vivid dreams are being reported since major solar flare occurrences.
How about
Lots
that?
of dreams, man. Lots of dreams. I've had a lot of them.
Oh,
Like,
I talk to tons of people that have them. Tons of people. They're like, you're not nuts. We go through the same thing. We have them all the time. I'm telling you, you're being taken in your sleep. They take consciousness. That's a real big thing going around now where they say they take your consciousness while you're sleeping and manipulate it.
No, I heard from a few people who have multiple encounters with the Bigfoot more than once. And like Donnie Miller, and I can't remember a couple other people, and they all mentioned that they all think that they also got abducted by aliens. And I'm just wondering if an abduction, I don't know, does something to them where, I don't know, maybe the Bigfoot senses them more or feels them or something. I mean, I don't know. That's what I heard.
You know, I've been talking back and forth with that guy Todd Standing. Connor, you got to know who Todd is, right?
Oh, of course,
I mean, what do you think? Is that stuff he found real? Do you really think he's filming Bigfoot like that, or you think it's bullshit?
I'm in the real camp, and that would get me dragged down concrete a lot of times. But he's been trained by the best. He's been out there with Les Stroud. He's been out there with Meldrum. He's been out there with the best. He stands
John
tall.
Vindenagel.
Yep, exactly.
Right
before he passed, 100%. That was his idol. And yeah, man, the pictures that he got, and like the footage is incredible. You can see it blinking. He got one growling through a tent, one going up a hill at a fast pace, and then others are just some suspicious pictures. But it's incredible stuff. And yeah, man, that's an awesome thing that you're strengthening a bond with him.
He's a really nice guy.
You're coming from the alien perspective, so that's opening his mind to a whole another world, and that's important. And I love that. And a lot of Bigfoot people are scared of the alien world, and I'm the first.
I don't know why.
No, not me, not anybody in the paranormal highway.
The correlation is so important between the three: paranormal, UFOs, and Bigfoot. Those are like the three major topics when you get into a field like this. That's why the show is. I titled it Unidentified because I want to cover everything that's unidentified. But the reason I put the S4 after it is because there's so many unidentified channels that even when I searched myself on YouTube in the beginning when it was just unidentified, you couldn't find me. So then I added the S4 from Bob Lazar, the secret facility, just to make it a little easier to find. And took off.
Your video right here, Driver Films Oz, you have an arrow pointing to this one up here, but what about the other two that I see on the bottom?
Those are all objects in the sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw the arrow, and I was like, the other two looks like objects too.
Yeah, a friend of mine's a truck driver. He sent me this while he was out on the road. Wow. He had filmed this. He was watching these craft do all these amazing maneuvers in the sky around an airplane. So the one you see with the tail behind it is a plane with a contrail. And then the other dots around it are these other craft that are moving around the plane, which was wild. It's pretty cool when you get stuff like that sent in.
I don't believe in contrails. I worked at an airport, at an aerospace. And
that's all poison.
Those things going overhead, and we have a live feed from the tower. And we're like, the tower isn't even acknowledging. I'm like, the tower should be calling this in.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody acknowledges it.
Yep.
Nobody's calling it in. I'm like, okay, you've got two planes headed towards each other, and nobody gives a shit. I'm listening to the tower.
Nobody says anything, man.
It's okay. You guys seeing this? I'm like shouting at people.
Look at that, man.
Wow. Yeah.
You're gonna tell me those are satellites?
No, Anthony, those are drones.
No, not you. I'm saying people.
I know.
People that want to argue with you.
Wow.
Those are perfectly flown 4 drones right next to each other.
Yeah, at 70,000 feet up.
Well, go back. I'm gonna see that again, Eric.
Okay.
There might be another thing that it is though.
Hold on.
Go back 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying on the same level of unidentified objects in the sky. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll slow it down.
There's these cone thingies that spin. They're like a spinning worm. and they've even got records like people have saw them going through like the stratosphere.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
talking about rods?
it looks like that when they have
The rods? Are you talking about rods?
The rods. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how high up they go, but could be possible.
Yeah, they're like huge. Well, it could be UFOs, but also they're huge rods that have been going through up there. Like, are these living things? No, that was fading. Those are UFOs. So one of them's faded back a little bit. Unless it's
you just brought something really cool, Doctor. I do believe that there are living organisms up in our stratosphere.
Yeah.
That maybe we don't see, and we only pick up with infrared or night vision and stuff with those capabilities. And there's just these organisms that are flying around because they're in space too.
Yeah.
They corrode the outside of the ISS, these living organisms, and they got to go outside and clean the actual outside of the ISS every now and then because they actually corrode the outside of the craft. So it's very possible that these things are in our atmosphere.
Yeah, they're fine because the Tesla car is doing fantastic. I mean, the tires should have blown up by now, but if a Tesla car can make it to Mars, anything can fly up there in space.
I'm a little skeptical about the car in space, though. Yeah. I believe aliens are up there. I don't know if you really put a car in space, though.
That's my ongoing joke. I'm starting an organization called Cars to Mars. And we got your favorite car, and we're going to have them launch it to Mars.
Yeah.
Anthony, did you see Moonfall? What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I know a lot of people that didn't like it. I thought it was pretty cool, man. I thought it was sick.
After I saw that movie, I went to Connor. I said, this fucking movie was bonkers. It was awesome because every fucking theory just throw out the fucking window. Right. Every theory there was in that movie. And yes, come on. We all know you can't take a space shuttle from a museum. And
come on, man.
I didn't give a shit.
It was great.
It was
you can do that.
Eric, that's how I pictured the moon, though, in my head. Like a tesseract structure in there, like an alien base of some kind up there. That's exactly how I envision it.
When they went into the moon, I'm like, this is getting better and better. Yes. And you're right. All the critics fucking hated that movie. I'm like, can't they have fun?
Apparently, they have not seen Fast and Furious 9. They launched a car into space and fixed a satellite, man.
You're right. I thought that was retarded, man. God forgive me. That was so dumb.
Tesla car up there. So obviously you could go into space with a car.
What did they have in space? A Fiero wrapped in aluminum? Is that what it was? Was it a Fiero?
Yeah, I always joke because I worked at the Aerospace Museum, so I was actually around the actual capsules and all the stuff. And I'm like mechanically inclined, and I'm looking at the gaskets. I said, what's the chemical signature for this gasket in space? Well, we don't talk about that. I said, no, this would melt, man. You would lose all air pressure.
That car was held together with duct tape and Reynolds wrap, man. And they had it up there.
Tinfoil, and I'm like, oh.
So dumb. But Moonfall, I thought was awesome.
North Alabama Cryptid, you said you sent me an email. You send me this email to True Thoughts address, or is it the Gypsy Road Effect address? Because some people send me emails. I think sometimes it puts it in a spam folder because it doesn't. I'm trying to find his email. He said he sent to me. So can you tell me what email address you sent it to me, and then I'll look at my spam folder.
A lot of stuff's in my spam folder.
Yes, it's probably you don't want to open up the wrong spam mail because all the viruses that are out there.
Somebody sent me an email yesterday. They're like, dude, I heard about you wanting to take a town and country up there. I said, yeah, I'm doing a town and country minivan to Mars because it's got a lot of space.
They did that in Spaceballs, man. Remember Spaceballs?
Yeah,
they had a Winnebago up there.
Oh, Winnebago. Isn't that a fun word to say?
Great word.
Oh, shit, it's that one. Okay.
Paranormal Highway.
Okay. I built that for the title change. I'll be honest, I haven't checked that one too much because that was too new of an email address, but I'll check it right now, North.
Who's got pictures, I hope.
There it is. Yep, he sent it to me. Cool. What is it? Suggest about disabilities. Okay, cool. I'll look at this tonight, and then I'll show it tomorrow on my news channel.
But there are UFOs, and they're increasing. Like I debunk. However, you can't debunk the fact that they are increasing tremendously, and they're being seen all over the place. And as you know, as a researcher, you guys know that they like to hover over active volcanoes.
A lot. They have these volcano live feeds. You could just sit there all day and watch them, and you can watch these things going in and out all day long, man. Yeah. I don't know what's the activity that they're drawn with volcanoes, but they're around there a lot.
Yeah,
well, Anthony, one of my paranormal news shows, one of the clips for the UFO segment talked about how UFOs are being spotted near nuclear plants
all the time
and all that.
Since we started the whole nuclear program that's been going on.
Is it because they get energy from it, basically?
No, I think that it's because they're concerned about us bringing that shit up into space and causing damage. Don't forget, you let a nuclear bomb go off. Who knows what you're doing interdimensionally to different worlds within worlds? You know what I'm saying? You set that thing off, you know, who knows the chain effect of damage it could cause something interdimensional. You know,
you're right. Are you familiar with Admiral Byrd, of course, and how they it sounds very similar. When you were talking about your dreams, I was like, man, I want to hear when your birthday was and when Admiral Byrd died. I'm like, is this dude Byrd reborn? But yeah, it's very interesting.
I was just talking about him the other night. That's so weird that you bring him up, Connie. That's pretty freaky.
We have that effect.
The other night, I was talking about Admiral Byrd and Argathia, how he went to, you know, the middle of Earth and how they lured him in and stopped his plane and they beamed him down into this amazing center of the Earth atmosphere. And there was a sun inside there and cars flying. Amazing story, man. Just an amazing. I was born October 4th, so I'm a Libra.
Cool, yeah, cool. Me too, man. I'll use that. And, I'll definitely do my research with him and see what dates come out.
Admiral Byrd died? Yeah, that would be cool to find out. Yeah. I'd like to know if he left any money in the bank for me. That would be cool.
I know he died, you know, before he planned on it because he came back and then told the government and the military pretty much all the stuff that you've been saying about the nuclear, how it's very dangerous. And
they hushed him right up.
Secrets to survive, you know, and then he died 2 years later, just like Bob Marley, you know, cancer of some kind of toe or something.
Look at that, Eric. Look at these two orbs right here, how they're locked on each other.
Yeah, look at that.
Side by side. They're just locked on. No matter how they make that turn, they don't falter from each other.
It's like they're connected and they're
right. But you don't see anything.
Now they do get a little closer.
That's cool. That's cool.
They're coming down like on a curve. You know, the curvature of the Earth, I would say. But that's over the ocean, so it's pretty wild to see.
Yeah, they're magnetic.
I went crazy when that happened, man. I was like, "Oh yeah, man!" I'm screaming through that whole video because it was wild to see.
Yeah. I went too.
Do you try to find the source of the video when you get them? Do you try to find that?
That's me. I'm actually filming that out in the field. Right? Oh yeah, 90% of these are mine. Yeah.
Wow.
There's only like 3 videos, 4 videos in there I put up.
Look at those colors.
That are other people's.
I like the last part. I saw some nice colors. Right here. Look at that blinking color.
Yeah, Orion. That's Orion's belt.
Anthony, have you witnessed any of them, you know, come out of the ocean or enter the ocean or any kind of strange submergence or any type of weird thing like that? Or is it mostly far, far away?
No, I've seen them very close, very low, a couple 100 feet up. I've never seen anything shoot directly out of the ocean, you know, or go into the ocean. But I have seen one time strange lights in the water flying. One time,
I showed this one. That's right.
Could have been anything though.
That's super cool though. Are you familiar with the Pascagoula River alien incident?
Of course.
Yeah. Have you ever been down there by chance?
No, I have not. No.
I've investigated the Pascagoula River, and I had a close encounter with a prowler, some kind of rougarou creature.
Really?
Shark a little bit. So, Pascagoula got the better of me, but I love the story of the 2 men being abducted. One was high-level military with some good information. Another one was just there by happenstance, fishing along, but they took them up, and then there was a room full of aliens, grays, and then there was one tall female gray, and then they brought in this big giant eyeball, and it started doing tests on them. And then down on the surface, more than like 200 people witnessed all the lights and stuff. It's really crazy, really cool story. And they do gator tours and stuff. And my captain, Sam, he rest in peace now, but he was big on the Rougarou. And of course, you know, he knew a lot about the alien incident.
Werewolf.
I don't think he said anything in specific, like he was a kid and saw it, but you'll hear a lot of cool stories down in the swamp. So if you ever come down here, we'll check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I'd love to do that, man. I happen to believe a lot of these different creatures and cryptids are out there. You know, who's to say that these things don't somehow falter into our dimension from another at different points in time? You know, who could tell you with a straight face, no, that's impossible. It can't happen. You got CERN right now shooting things in a collider at each other, trying to make black holes open up. So who's to say, you know, who's to say that shit doesn't happen naturally and occur on this planet? Little black holes.
I argue that
something comes through. You know, it's possible. You know,
it's been happening. It's natural because when you look at the architecture and a lot of things, especially down in South America, you've got these carvings of a room, but it's not a room. It's like a door that goes to a wall, and they're saying, "What is this for?" I go, "That's probably a dimensional portal. It's probably some sort of dimensional portal," and they go right into it.
I believe it.
No other
I really believe it.
Just for people to know, when I type in new subscribers, these are people that's from D Live. I want them to know that I'm saying hi to them too.
Heck yeah.
So welcome. 2 people from D Live just joined tonight.
Welcome.
Anthony, you got the magic touch.
Welcome.
See a lot of my buddies in here. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you tonight.
I mean, good to have a UFO
You
guy.
got this awesome videos. I mean, there's
I try, man. I you know,
one right here. Here's the look at that.
Ain't that amazing, man?
Oh,
That
fuck.
is.
Yeah, that is.
That's in Rome, Italy.
Yes.
CR3B. Unbelievable. Can you imagine sitting that way? You're driving home from work one night, and there's just this giant craft just paused up in the sky like that, just sitting there chilling.
Wow.
I would kill to see something big like that, you know, where you could really get up on it and, you know, see if there's any rivets or nuts and bolts or windows or anything in like little portals or whatever. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Now, we don't want to insult you, so I got to make sure I get this straight.
Nah, insult me. Go for it. Don't worry about it.
No. Are you an abductee or are you an experiencer?
Yeah, I consider myself an experiencer.
Okay, good. Okay, want to make sure because there's a big line between the two.
Yeah. The people.
What's the
people
difference?
Swear.
People know what's the difference of an experiencer versus the other one.
Well, an experience is somebody that, you know, witnesses these things out. Like this guy, for example, he gets out of his car, let's say, and he looks up in the sky and he's staring at that craft. So he's experiencing that in real time.
Okay.
But an abduction is when you get taken and brought back and you remember parts of the encounter. You can, for 100% say, I was taken by aliens. See, me, I consider it a dream. That's how I remember it. Like,
yeah, you're an experiencer. Yeah.
Right. So I can't physically say with 100% certainty that I was taken and they put hands on me. I could tell you in my dream they did that. That's how I remember it. But I don't remember it as if, you know, I was taken in real time and I could remember everything verbatim.
That's exactly
Do you
where
feel, Anthony, that I know it's hard to answer. Do you feel that they're going to come back and take you again for another round?
You know, what's really weird, my wife will tell you, I'm sitting on the couch a lot of times and I'm like, babe, get my camera. I got to go run out. Something's going to happen. And I'll grab the camera. I'll go run out. And 15, 20 minutes later, something really cool will fly over. Like I get that urge to run out. I get that gut feeling like butterflies in my stomach. Like I know something's going to happen. That happens a lot. And I see a lot of these shadow beings in my old house. A lot of these little shadow beings I seen. And I said to myself, I bet you, because I'm filming these craft for so long now, I bet you these little shadow guys that I'm seeing, I bet you that's their way of coming to check in on me to see like what I'm doing throughout the day or whatever. And, you know, you catch them at the corner of your, it'll start, you see them at the corner of your eye.
Let me ask you this, because
then you're on to them and you start seeing them more and more and more and more and more. And then you think you're going crazy, but other people start seeing them then.
I've
So
heard that. Yeah.
Spooky Morales wrote, Anthony sees so many crafts and orbs, considering I call him contactee. Let me ask you now, when he's mentioning orbs, is he talking about is he talking about the paranormal orbs, or maybe aliens forming themselves as an orb, as searcher?
Those two craft that we just seen that look like they were locked on, those are some people call them dots, some people call them orbs. The paranormal orb and the UFO orb, two different things. We just mean small little round dots in the sky, opposed to like a paranormal orb.
Perfect. I just want to clear that up. Just want to make sure.
That's shape, shape, but different sizes.
Because I used to wonder, if I look up and I see something, how can I decide that it's not like a paranormal orb? I don't know how far up an orb can be from the paranormal side, but could there be a small chance that it's actually a paranormal orb?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And if anybody tells you no, it's, if it's after this amount of feet up, it's 100% a UFO, they're lying to you. Who the hell knows? Who can give you a definitive answer? Nobody's an expert in this field. Nobody's got a UFO chained up in their backyard where they can go in there and take that thing apart. You know what I mean? I don't got an alien duct taped to my couch where I go feed this guy peanuts and M&Ms and tell him, no food for you till you tell me the truth about everything in the universe. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's all a guess. It's all your best educated guess.
Yeah, educated guess. I kind of like you put it. Educated guess.
Welcome, Sonic Boom. Glad you're here
Tommy
with us.
G, my boy, Tommy G in the house. Thanks for your donation, Tommy G.
Wow.
Good man right there.
Man, I'm gonna have to do something where anytime somebody donates, I might have to sing a song or something. But actually, if I sing a song, I'll probably blow up the cameras. I probably just destroy.
Hey, welcome.
Is this gonna be like your? I'm not saying this is your full life, but is this your passion? Like I know you like Bigfoot and stuff, but is the UFO because you were an abductee?
That's what he is.
This has to be a passion for you in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, I have right now. I have cameras set up outside filming in my backyard. I have the night vision and the FLIR going right now as we're filming. When we're done, I'm going outside to catch up with my cameras and see if I caught anything. I'll be out there till like 4 a.m. It's a clear night, no moon. I can't miss out on that. The moon's past now. I got to get out there and see what's up.
Here's a request: Pine Island Research, have Bob take a bong hit for each new subscriber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He don't mind.
That's
actually all 3 of us is going to be on his channel next Monday.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Eric, you just told me that. Eric sent me a text today. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I was happy.
Bob had a time warp because I sent that text to him yesterday.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I just got here this morning, but I was happy we had a UFO on. No offense to Connor and all the Bigfoot people. I love you guys, but a UFO guy. Oh God, thank you, Eric.
See, you're happy to be here with a UFO guy, and I'm pleased to be in the company of a Bigfoot guy, man. See how? Yeah. I think that's so cool.
No, it is cool.
Anthony, every time we ask somebody who's technically from the UFO community,
every community,
they all say no.
Oh, those are assholes.
Every single one of them, except for you. You're the first one that said yes.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
gotta have an open mind, man. Gotta have an open. Who's to say Bigfoot's not an alien, or the Rougarou's not from Venus? Or who? Nobody has these definitive answers, man. Nobody could say, who comes from where, or what comes from what. Nobody could say.
I mean, they could be those things. Could be stars, and also those stars are actually portals. People don't know that.
Possible.
Suns are actually portals. They are the portals through the universe. So all these
very possible, man.
They come out of the sun, and I say that because I've seen it. I'm just sounding stupid, but with the research, a lot of UFOs going in and out of the sun, and I've saw this footage, and you know what I'm talking about. In fact,
I've seen tons of footage of that happening.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask because Tommy G wrote, I saw a UFO during a planet alignment. What alignment is he talking about when he saw a UFO? Like?
Oh wow!
Well, it could just be the other night. I think we had Venus, Mars, the Moon, and
the lineup.
I can't remember the other one. I can pull it up for you. We just had a lineup the other night, but I don't know if he was talking about that or if he witnessed it during another lineup.
That's amazing.
What lineup are you talking about, Tommy? Maybe he'll give us
Hey,
an
Anthony,
answer.
have you do you use any summoning techniques, any CE5 meditation,
I do.
psychedelics?
Yeah, this real quick. This is what the alignment was the other night. It was Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn.
Okay.
No, hold on,
So
stop.
that was April,
Jupiter. Okay, hold
just
on.
the other night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jupiter is Zeus. There's Venus, Mars, and then the big man, the big guy, God, Saturn. Yeah, or whatever your religion is in mythology. So that's an amazing lineup in mythology.
And that was just the other night. And the guys from Paranormal Chop Shot and Chad Smith podcast were actually out while that alignment was happening, and they were out sky watching. So that must have been a sight to see.
Yeah, Kronos is on top. So you got Kronos, then you've got his son all the way at the bottom, which is Zeus. Yeah, that's kind of cool of a lineup.
There's a lot of extraterrestrial sightings when you have lineups and you have eclipses and things of that nature.
Yeah.
People see a lot of weird craft in the sky when that stuff happens.
Yeah, there's
Is
supposed to be
there
two.
of all your videos, is there like one UFO video that you always say you got to watch this one on your channel?
No, not really.
They're all cool.
No.
Okay.
They're all equally cool to me.
What is this? Extraterrestrial City.
Oh, we're working on our first documentary. That was just my producer
okay.
Andy starting to put stuff together. So every time he makes a little clip and sends it in, I put it up.
Oh, okay.
Just testing out different things. That In Search of Goof On one we made was pretty funny from Rich from Goof On. We put together a little funny thing for him. That was cool.
Some kind of connection here with this underwater volcano erupted?
That happened a couple months ago. There was like a tsunami, and it was just really wild footage to see.
That's great.
That's my dad's band.
Oh, really?
Better.
Yeah, sometimes we close them out. We'll put his video up with his band playing and close out the show or something.
Oh, that is cool.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, you could play it. I don't know why it sounds like that. Oh, you got the thing slowed down.
Oh, yeah. Because I was looking at your. Okay.
Hey, I just thought it was some trippy Pink Floyd stuff. You know?
I think they're doing Flock of Seagulls.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good singer, good drummer, my dad.
And look at that guy playing guitar.
That's my Uncle Vinny.
Wow.
Yeah, they kick ass.
I thought it was the singer of Smash Mouth.
Seems good.
Yeah, they're good.
Now, Anthony, aren't you afraid that your dad's gonna have a lot of groupies?
I don't care, man. I hope they throw their panties at him. Good for him. He's been with my mother 40 years. He deserves it.
You're really good. Cool.
That is awesome. How's your? Let me just ask you. Well, how's your mom and dad feel about your? Do they know about your UFO experiences and all that? Kind of stuff?
I've taken my parents out with me and my son and my niece on multiple occasions. The family is really big into it. You know, my dad built a fire pit outside for us to all go sit outside. We're in the house in Jersey. They got a couple acres in Marlboro. Nice. It's pitch black out there. Throw some logs in the pit, light a fire. The kids come hang out, and we're all passing around my night vision cameras, and they love it, man. They love it. Yeah. First, they thought I was nuts. They legitimately thought I was nuts. Like, come on, aliens. And then I was like, hey, just come sit outside and let's take a look. And the first weekend we did it, you know, nobody's seen anything. But the second weekend we went out, you know, we saw a couple of those, dots in the sky, and then we saw a triangular craft go over. Yeah. It was all dots, but it was a big triangular craft, and nobody could explain it. And from then, like every time I'm at my parents' house, all the kids want to come outside and sit outside and look up with the night vision camera. Even the baby, he's 4 years old, and he's like, "Uncle, aliens?" I'm like, "Come on, let's go."
Keep them looking up, man. Always keep looking up. I always try to talk to the flat earthers. Guys, you're my best friends. You're cool, but we got to look up sometimes. We got to man. Keep looking and looking and looking and looking. Look at that.
Yeah, but there's a Netflix movie that's called Don't Look Up.
Yeah, don't look up.
Oh, that was funny, man. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah.
I could see our government acting like that 100%.
But easy to ignore it, right? If you don't see it, it doesn't happen.
100%.
We're supposed to have
Actually,
two
hey
sons.
Bob, look, he's wearing a NASA symbol.
No, I like it.
Only because it was chilly down here. I'm in my base. I got my studio down in the basement here.
Well, Bob can give you a whole history about that.
Where I worked with them. So I worked for NASA.
Never a straight answer from them. That's what NASA stands for. Never a straight answer.
Yeah. I mean, actually, physically got a paycheck from the government.
Yeah,
from
man.
the same guys as NASA.
My wife got this for me because it was the 100th anniversary patch was on it. So I thought it was cool. Yeah.
No,
everyone's like, some people hate NASA. I get it, but they're kind of fun. They're good people.
It is what it is,
talented.
man.
They're very talented. Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that, man.
It's the white ball.
That's Columbia, Medellin.
Yes, of course, because I'm in California, so yeah. Yeah.
You get a lot of really amazing sightings that come from Colombia, Mexico, Brazil. Some of the most fascinating sightings come from over there.
Why do you think that is? Like you think the UFOs might it's more of a hot spot for them, more research?
It's definitely more of a hot spot. I don't know about more research. Maybe just more open land, maybe less fossil fuels burning.
I don't know.
Maybe the
UFOs over Fresno.
Listen, maybe they're so intelligent they know that America's about shoot first, ask questions later, and maybe that's why they research other countries where they're just, not like us, shoot first.
They're more open-minded down there too. Their government's been releasing footage since the beginning, where ours is just starting to get on the ball. So.
Yeah, I don't believe that one though. I think but the balls are correct because I see them here. There's an orange ball and then there's a white ball. And one of them has a black box in it and they spin. I saw one here. I talked about it on the show. Like,
gotta film those things.
And witnesses. Like I had witnesses. I'm like, guys, you see that? That is not a balloon because the wind is blowing.
Oh, you can tell a balloon right away, man.
Right away, yeah.
Oh yeah,
stationary.
Clear as day, you could tell. That happened at 4:00 in the morning. The whole sky was cloudy. I mean, there wasn't a break in the sky anywhere, and just that one seam in the sky lit up like that and then faded out. So I just filmed it. It was really weird.
Colombia, the aliens can't get coke anywhere.
Anywhere else?
Hey, have you sent any of your footage to like the news, or have you had any news articles written about any of this?
Just the Staten Island Advance, where I live here in Staten Island, New York. They have like Staten Island Live. They did a couple scoops on me a couple times for their strange whatever they call the thing they do, strange sightings, strange encounters, whatever the page is called. I've been in that a couple times, but I've never really sent anything in to the news stations because normally they just shun it. They really don't ever use it unless you're somebody famous on the circuit or something like that,
Yeah, it's just interesting and compelling stuff. And, you're filming it right in a location that maybe other people are seeing similar things. It's just super fascinating to me. I definitely think you should link up with Long Island Bigfoot because he's boots on the ground too. And he's not only Bigfoot too. He's aliens, elementals, the rake. And just you guys have that same.
I put it out all the time, Connor, for people to come meet up with me anytime, man. Anytime I'm out, anybody's more than welcome to come meet up and come check it out anytime they want. I'm always around, man. I'm out, even when it's raining. I'm out. I'm out all the time, man. I'm retired. I got hurt on the job, so I'm home on disability. So I got nothing to do with my life but film this stuff.
In the night sky.
Oh, my fault.
That's a black paper plane. As we're all getting,
it's definitely fascinating. What's the most views or traction one of your videos gotten? Because I've seen you have a pretty good following on TikTok as well. Has one of your videos went viral? That it's went all over UFO Twitter and people debated it and stuff.
The one with the 2 dots I posted on Twitter before I put it up on YouTube, and it did something like 80,000 views, something like that. And stupid me, I didn't put it up on YouTube first, so shame on me. But the channel's only been up for a year and a half now, so it gained a lot of traction in a year and a half. And once I brought my producer Andy Gambino on, and we started going live, and he started making all these really cool intros and put little watermarks on things and upping the music and doing all these different tweaks to it. The channel's gotten so much better, and I'm blessed to have him. And it's just getting better and better as we go now.
Wow.
And one thing about Anthony, I asked him if I could show some of his videos during one of my paranormal highways, and Anthony's like, "Go for it."
Wow.
Show anything. That goes for anybody, man. That's what it's there for, to study and analyze and to do the research. I mean,
it's like they pop up to the front. They keep popping
up.
Why
would you put something on YouTube for the world to see and then tell another researcher they couldn't share it or show it? That's just negligent.
I know. But there's people out there that will not let you use it.
I know. Shame on them, man, because they're only holding it back. They're only holding us back.
They're popping up front. They're like, one would pop, and then the other one pops in front of it. The back
one. That was pretty wild, man. A pilot filmed that out of a plane.
Yeah, looks like a slinky in space or in the sky.
They're all in uniform.
It's kind of cool.
Anthony, what's your feeling about these files now? That I want to know from you, from a UFO researcher now. All these files out for people to research, to look at, to read now. I mean, have you?
It's all bullshit, man. They put out what they want you to see. It's all a shell game. They're not going to put anything out that you're not supposed to see or anything that's going to advance the subject. They put this guy Lou Elizondo out there.
Oh God,
that guy's the biggest bullshit artist. God forgive me, man. He does not belong in the field, and people worship the ground he walks on.
It. You don't have to stop putting him down, dude. I'll go with you.
Come on, man. Show us something. I don't hate anybody, Doc, but come on now. We know that you're a government hack. We know that you're a plant, and we know that you're showing us and telling us bullshit. And the only people that are going to buy into it are the people that don't know any better. So all those documents of bullshit that you see that the government puts out there, it's all crap. Don't believe it unless you've seen it with your own 2 eyes or somebody you trust showed it to you.
We have Tom DeLonge, man. So everything's safe now. We got Tom DeLonge with the Academy to the Stars.
Thank you, brother. Tom DeLonge, give me a break. Tom DeLonge.
No, we're joking about him.
Yeah, me too. He went from singing halfway okay music to now he's the key to the UFO world.
Right, exactly.
Well, we invited that fucker to come on our channel to be interviewed.
Come on, man.
He declines.
And don't you find it funny that Avi Loeb was starting up his new thing, and they're going to start looking for aliens in space, and Lou Elizondo weaseled his way onto that team? He drained TTSA for all their footage and everything they had, and now he weaseled his way in without below. Guaranteed within the next 2 years that'll be destroyed. So
what a rotten fucker.
Yeah, man. Well, fucked up.
Ex Pentagon or ex Army, all kinds of shit. I'm like,
ex spook.
I have played a lot of clips of presidents speaking on my paranormal news channel. They always say, well, yeah, UFOs are real. All they're saying is unidentified flying objects are real. They're not really admitting to thinking
that's not the new word.
Or not. But you always get those stupid political answers. You never really get a straight answer. It's like
I do honestly believe that presidents are not read in on the subject of UFOs or anything black budget unless they have to be in the know. Because don't forget, presidents are only there for 4 years, and if they get reelected, 8 years. Then after that, they're private citizens again, right?
Yep,
people that get read into those programs, they're like high-level people. Some of them aren't even generals. The people that are lifers and then some. We're talking people that are doing 30, 35, 40 years in the military. Yeah. Those are the guys that are getting read into those programs. And some of them are just regular, sergeants, master sergeants, low-ranking people, but they're in there for so many years, they happen to get read into those projects.
What do you think happened to Phil Schneider? Of course, what happened in his death and what happened to his hand?
Yeah, well, Phil Schneider, I think he had some fascinating tales to tell. I think some of it was real, and I think some of it was embellished, is what I think. I think he just embellished a few things, but I do think he was killed because nobody chokes to death on their own catheter.
Yeah, right.
Very hard unless they tie it around their own neck.
Presidents are temp workers. You don't tell them squat.
Exactly. Nas knows, man. She knows.
I like that. I like that. That's a good one. I like that.
That's the truth.
Vampires. Yeah, they're scabs.
That's exactly what they are, man. Yeah, they're scabs.
They're scabs until the real fucking people get in office.
It's true, man. They don't know shit.
They don't. I mean, they kind of did that in that movie, right? In a way, that movie Independence Day, where it's like, where does this come from? How do you guys get the money for this? What do you think?
Exactly.
A hamburger really cost $20? It's like
exactly.
They don't know. They don't even know it exists. Only certain people that's going to stay in the office for a long periods of time.
Yeah.
Well, that's not even where the money comes from. Half the time, it comes from these black budget programs. They're tied in with private companies, and they siphon money off from those private companies, and they put it into these private accounts and just let it build and build and build. And we're talking, they're siphoning off trillions of dollars, man, from all these different companies. It's not just from our tax dollars. It's from anywhere they can grab it and siphon it off. They siphon it off and use it. And just think, where do you think all that money's going? Trillions and trillions of dollars, not in total. We're talking a year. You're talking a couple $1 trillion a year getting siphoned off. So what do you think? They don't have an advanced craft that could go from here to Mars in the snap of a finger? Hell yeah, they probably do. What do you think? They don't have colonies on the dark side of the moon? Hell yeah, they do.
They're building time machines.
Definitely. Anthony, if an alien came down to you and said, we want you to go with us.
I built a time machine.
With us, you can't return to Earth. You
take me to your fucking leader, man. Get me out of here. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm out. My son's grown up, man. My wife won't miss me, so I'm gone.
Yes.
Anthony, have you heard any connection between bees and UFOs?
Bees?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Our buddy Chaz, he actually lived in South America for a little bit, and some crazy local offered him a ride on a UFO, and that's a whole crazy tale. But there is a combination and a connection between bees and how they levitate with UFO technology.
Operate you talking about?
Yeah, like beetles and bees. It's very fascinating. And then Jupiter Ascending talked about how bees they know royalty.
Right.
They recognize.
They can tell. That's right. When you go to that movie, Jupiter Ascending, I have heard that extraterrestrial connection in bees in that aspect, but never anywhere else until now. So I would have to say, yes, I've heard of it, but no, I'm not well read into it.
Well, I'm going to get you in touch with Chaz.
I'm going to get read into it.
Yeah, I'm going to get you in touch with Chaz because he went to South America looking for the Friendship Colony. It's a whole race of aliens, and it's some crazy stuff. And like I said, he was invited onto a UFO. And then our other buddy, Evan D.
I killed to get that invitation.
Our other buddy, Occult 45, Evan D. He does DMT on some experimental next level basis.
I'm down to try the DMT. As a matter of fact, my friends, Jamie and Bree, they want to try it too. It's supposed to have like a really awesome experience on that.
It's the best and farthest I've ever traveled in 11 minutes, man. You go. Your body
it's short.
But your mind goes far. Oh yeah, it's very short. But if you do it in ayahuasca form, that's how it lengthens.
I'm saying when Connor was talking about the bees, you were also saying yes at the same time. What's your reasoning about the bees? Is it different than what Connor's saying?
Oh, I did a whole thing of research on the bees. The bees are amazing. In this place, in this wild ass place, the Egyptian pharaoh was called the beekeeper, the head beekeeper. So I'm like, bees. Then the whole area there, they used to trade bees, and they had a queen bee, and the they would have the one queen bee for the special bees it would have. Those are worth money. So I had a theory that the Ark of the Covenant was in fact a beehive, and they stole the Pharaoh's #1 bee, and they took it out. So wherever they go, the bees produce wherever they go. And so pretty soon they become like a plague, but they're not actually a plague because they're good. They go on flowers and stuff. But people that don't know what a bee is are slapping themselves, getting all these bee stings and dying of all these diseases. They say, oh, the Ark of the Covenant has nuclear power. I'm like, no, man, they were bees. They launched the bees everywhere. Anyway, so that's my philosophy of bees. And also a lot of UFOs, associations, and even symbols, they've talked about a lot of bees. I was all over Manchester. There's bees everywhere, but they're called the Manchester bees, but it's weird. Trace the whole bee lineage all the way out. I guess Alexander the Great now is put into a vat of bee honey and preserved and then shipped back to Rome. I'm like, wow.
Really?
Yes. There is so much to do with honey and bees in this place. It's insane. And so I kind of connected to the UFO thingy with the bees.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of research with bees.
Well, people think that octopus, squids, cephalopods, that they believe they were aliens that were brought here from another planet.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
They're like one of the most intelligent things in the ocean. They can open jaws. They can change. They can camouflage. The government's actually studying their camouflage capabilities right now to military craft.
Yeah, they're perfect. They're perfect.
Anthony's right, because I did one of my UFO news or UFO news channel about they're saying that octopus are considered aliens. That they're not from here.
Well, I'll tell you guys a secret.
People are convinced that they're not from here.
Let me tell you guys a secret. Now, hold on. I'm going to open a beer for this one.
Uh-oh.
Now, I worked at Smithsonian Institute in the vertebrae department. Eric knows.
Yep.
And so there's a huge, when I'm talking underground cavern, this is where Connor gets excited. There's a lot of them under the Smithsonian. It's all the places, a lot of tunnels. So in one room is fish. Every fish supposed to be all from all over the world.
I'm familiar with that.
And so as I'm in one department and working on the fish, they're all vertebrates. Fish are just vertebrates. Then you have these other weird ones, whatever. But there was this one private room, and I was like, what's in there? They say it's an octopus. No shit. Why is it not in the vertebrae department? It's not a vertebrae. Then what department is it in? It don't actually have a department.
It's a cephalopod.
Yeah, cephalopod, and it's got its own its own everything. It's by itself. It's like, again, like an alien.
Yeah.
They don't know. They had old octopuses in this one back room. Like, all these octopuses. Like, holy shit.
Huh. You're talking an animal has no bones, it has no brain, it has nothing, but yet it functions with high functionality. How the hell is that possible?
Well,
Spooky wrote, why do we accept aliens under the ocean but not in the sky?
That is the question, my brother.
Yes.
And I accept them under the ocean, in the sky, inner Earth, outer Earth, this dimension, that dimension. I accept everything. But a lot of people don't. And I don't know why. Some of these ufologists, they think that they have the answer and they just run with it. But nobody has the answer. Nobody.
It's Cthulhu.
That's why we all got to share our shit when we film something cool. That's why when Connor's out there looking for Bigfoot, he gets some awesome tracks. He's got to share it with other researchers and whatever the case may be, whatever you're studying that we don't have the answers to yet, everybody's got to share that until we get the answers for it.
But do you think maybe aliens are walking among us?
Absolutely. And what's his name? The Canadian Prime Minister at the time, was it Paul Hellyer? He swore that aliens were walking among us. He swore that the Canadian government and the U.S. government knew about it for years. Laura Eisenhower talks about, her great-great-grandfather, who was President Eisenhower. He made that pact with aliens back in the day. And, people believe that they've been here. Some of them look just like us, and you couldn't tell them apart. Some of their technology can maybe make them morph from what they look like, on their world. When they come here, they morph and they look like us. Who the hell knows?
Cameras.
I'm talking about beings that are billions of years more advanced than us. Who knows what they can do?
Yeah.
knows?
Chad Smith, one of our
Chad
sponsors
Smith,
of
the
the channel.
boy.
He's a sponsor of the channel, so thank you, Chad Smith. You know, you think maybe the reason they don't want the public to know they're walking among us because humans are not ready for it, because humans cannot handle that we're not alone, and they're
There's a
afraid that the
couple-
governments will all shut down or
Yeah.
collapse.
Mass hysteria. There's a couple
hysteria.
things I put together. Mass hysteria, religions will collapse, worlds will, cities, states will crumble. People would want to know why that technology wasn't used to advance cancer research and AIDS research, and you could probably cure all those things with the technologies that they have. Why are we still using gas and oil when these crafts are hovering, and they're probably using molecules out of the ocean to make their crafts operate? That's probably why we always see them over water and water being sucked up into the craft. They're not filling up their craft with, 89 unleaded ocean water and taking it back to their planet. They're powering their ship with the molecules that are in the ocean.
Yeah, hydrogen. They're making hydrogen.
Hydrogen, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the same reason why we want to get to the moon, so we can mine helium-3. But if we can stop with the oil, stop with the gas, stop with all of that, the religion will crumble.
Yeah, the moon.
The world will be upside down. That's why they don't tell you everything.
Anthony, you're absolutely right, because if you think about it, right, you got a majority of the Bigfoot community that you think you're open-minded because they believe in the Bigfoot, but as soon as you bring UFOs, they look at you like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like, if people are supposed to believe in something that we're not supposed to believe, you tell them that, the world would collapse, because you would think people in the paranormal community, in the Bigfoot community, should be open-minded to all of it. But the truth of the matter is they're not.
Monty.
Let me ask you this, Eric and Doc. What do you think's going to happen when Connor drags a Bigfoot body out of the woods? When that happens, what do you think's going to happen?
What's going to happen is that Bigfoot will be gone.
Science and history are going to go right out the window. Because what's going to happen, people are going to say, you taught us this our whole life, and none of it makes sense now because he found a Bigfoot.
Yeah, but we
none
know
of that makes sense anymore.
But we know that if he did,
and
right? Say Connor did. We know government's going to pull up. They're going to take it, and they're going to say it was false. It was a lie. He had a person in a suit. You know they will make up something because they're going to hide the truth.
By that time, he'll have blood, hair, skin samples. It's inevitable. It's bound to happen with deforestation and everything that's going on with the greenery in the forest. It's only a matter of time before, a lumberjack driving a tractor runs over a Bigfoot, a baby Bigfoot or something, and we're bringing a little Sasquatch out into the public. It's only a matter of time before it happens.
The technology gets better because right now, if you want to do DNA, let's be honest, it's going to cost you $3,000 to $5,000 to get a real DNA. So the majority of the people that have this stuff can't afford to do DNA. But when technology gets better, when it gets cheaper, you're right. The truth is there. It's just some people, it costs a lot of money to get the truth out too. I mean,
all that stuff goes straight to the Smithsonian because I was there. All your guys' shit goes straight there. They even have this fucking building in a goddamn, it's weird ass place outside of Maryland. Huge ass building. I worked in there.
President Roosevelt was hunting Bigfoot.
Yes.
President
Roosevelt. Yes.
Now, what are you going to tell me that
he did.
a sitting president was mental because he was hunting Bigfoot? No.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories that he is actually Trapper Bauman from the Bauman story, that he was actually kidnapped by Sasquatch, because that story is so precise and so specific that it's either he made up some of the details in perfect, correlation with history, or it was him and he wrote it in third person so that he could have a successful government career. But yeah, man, you tap into Teddy Roosevelt and he's pushed all these creatures into the national parks that he established. And then, that's where people are going missing. That's where UFO sightings, that's where the convergence of Dogman and Sasquatch. It's definitely some fascinating stuff.
I saw them. I saw his collection, his stuffed collection.
It's probably at the Smithsonian.
Yeah, it's Smithsonian. Yeah, it's Sootland. It's called Sootland, and they have these big, weird warehouses in Sootland. And so I had to work a CO2 tent, which means all artifacts go in this tent. You turn on CO2, It kills any living parasite or whatever is within the artifacts you have. And you move them into this warehouse, and it's all like electronic and shit. They got guards. So anyway, I'm back in there, and I went back there, and Teddy Roosevelt, because I was named after him. My middle initials T for Theodore. So, and my grandfather's name was Teddy Theodore. So anyway, so I saw his collection, his kill collection, like bears, big.
Yeah.
Big whole shelf of his stuffed all his animals, all preserved and stuffed. That man
That's
killed
for the public to see?
What's that?
The public can see that or no?
No,
Private.
no.
Yeah, private.
It's locked away. No, this is locked away. This is locked away. I'm like, why isn't this bear in like some cool place? Because he's huge.
Yeah, because it was Roosevelt's. That's why.
See, Bob was a government worker. He worked for the museum, so he was able to get to these places we can. It's kind of cool because Bob will come back and tell me what's in there, and then we'll go to Gettysburg.
We'll go to Gettysburg.
Ghost.
We'll look for Ghost in Gettysburg. It's a full moon, man. We're gonna see some
supposed to be. I've seen some awesome footage, paranormal footage, come out of Gettysburg.
Oh,
we lived 10 minutes away from Gettysburg, so we used to go there every weekend. We were part of the reenactment when they did a medical reenactment of the war.
Wow.
Oh, and you're telling me that didn't conjure up some major activity that day?
Right.
Man, I would have been out there with my spirit box, the EVP. I would have been out there all night doing that shit, man.
The funny thing was, we didn't know there was a reenactment going on. We were just walking through this, and this lady comes up to us. You guys want some bread? We're like, what? Bread?
Eric don't know, but we actually went to a time rip. But go ahead, Eric. It's a reenactment.
No. We went through a what?
a ripple in time.
So they asked us for some potatoes. Did we bring potatoes? Me and Eric are like, we didn't bring anything. And they looked at us all pissed off.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe you did go through a ripple in time.
Men that come into camp, if you brought anything for the pot. We're like, we didn't know there was a reenactment. And they're like, reenactment?
Come on. For real they were doing that? Like that?
Yeah. Swear to fucking God. On my life, on my children, on Eric's children. Eric, tell them it's a reenactment. We went to
was it a reenactment, or do you think you really walked into something?
I don't know, Eric. What do you think?
Don't be embarrassed. You're running a paranormal show, for Christ's sake.
No. It's hard because there was no signs. There was nothing saying there was a reenactment. Nothing. And we were just walking.
A dope story, man.
There was walking through this big green park outside where they have all the fences up, where apparently they had the battles, and then there's like these tents up, and there's all these women were dressed
inferior clothing.
And we were like, what the fuck are we?
But here's the cool thing. Here's the coolest thing. No, this is I swear to God, I fucking swear. Hold on, let me cigarette. You're gonna like this part. There's more. So there's these doctors, okay?
Oh, about the horse hair?
Yeah, the horse hair. So they were
the needle and thread.
Yeah. So what it was is they said that the southern doctors from the south boiled their hair, horse hair, and they use it for stitches. Yeah. And so the southerners are not getting infections, but the northerners are getting their shit cut off. They're getting infections because they're dirty old cotton freaking, whatever. But with the kidnapped, they didn't kill the doctors. So with the doctors were working for the north. So they were from the south, but working for the north, and were showing them how to boil horse hair.
Because they ran out of string.
Ran out of string.
That's amazing.
And they cut hair from
the horse. Very well walked into something, man.
Yeah, but they don't know about no alcohol. They still don't know about infections and shit. They don't know what I was like. Oh, I got you. You're boiling the water, and the water's sterilizing. Not only is it sterilizing, it's making a type of material that could erode by itself. But you guys don't know what's killing bacteria, though. They don't know what's killing bacteria. They just know that it makes the horse hair softer.
And Anthony,
Anthony,
what makes it so weird about this whole thing?
Yeah,
there was nobody. We were in regular clothes, but you would think there'd be a lot of people there for this, and there wasn't. It was just like us.
Oh, dude, that's the best story I heard yet.
Like, Well, where's everybody?
You gotta lead with that story when I get here. Never mind the UFOs. Next time, lead with that story, man. That's great, man. You went through a ripple in time.
And may we recommend always wearing a cowboy hat because you seem to get around just fine no matter where you are with a cowboy hat, no matter what
That's
time.
dope. I love that story, man. That's a great story.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's fucking
That's
weird.
dope.
It really is fun down
Well,
there.
I've heard stories from people that were driving to work the same route they take every day, turned the corner. The guy turned the corner, made a left, a right. Next thing he knew, the whole neighborhood was like 1940. All the cars were from 1940. All the people in the neighborhood were in period clothing. He went around the block, a couple of rights to come back around again. By the time he got around again, everything was back to normal.
Yeah,
I've heard a couple of stories like that before.
Yeah,
Ripples in time stories. It's probably could happen.
but if you don't know what it is, you're just thinking you're like the show. You're being punked. You're being punked, right? So you're. This is a reenactment. This is stupid. We're being punked.
Go to the what is
we
this?
have historic Richmond Town by my house. They do reenactments every weekend over here. Okay?
Yeah.
But they're reenacting because they suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the way you're telling it was like real deal going on. Like, these people were either seriously acting and not coming out of character.
Yeah.
Or you stumbled onto something.
But even if they were acting, the question is, how come there was nobody else there?
You have any potatoes?
Everybody that was there were dressed in their uniforms. There was no regular other humans dressing like us that was there. That's the weirdest kicker.
I said, Eric, do you have any potatoes? She wants potatoes.
I would have been like, no, but I'm hungry.
And Bob and I remember two different things too. He remembers them saying potatoes for whatever reason. I remember them asking for about bread.
Bread? They asked for potatoes.
And I can swear they asked for bread.
Oh, we're both split.
Now, how high were you two guys though when you were there? You were pretty high, right? When you were there though?
Severance.
No, we were. I was a government employee.
I was driving, so I wasn't high when I was driving.
I was a government employee. I couldn't smoke any weed or anything.
I get it.
Not especially working in fucking DC.
Dude, who the hell knows, man? Maybe you really experienced something weird, while you were there. The ground over there is so fucking haunted to begin with. So who the hell knows what you see?
Me and Eric are gonna have something out right now. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Eric, it was fucking potato. She pointed it into a pot. She had a fucking
carrying bread.
She had a little
swear to God, he had loaves of bread.
Yeah, she said potato.
That's cool.
You didn't film any of that while you were there?
No.
Well, we didn't think
it was 2006.
Yeah, I didn't have a camera. No cameras. I don't think I even had a cell phone.
No cell phone cameras either back then.
Yeah, I didn't have anything. We didn't have anything. We were just driving because me and Eric drove all over the place, all up and down that whole area, just fucking around everywhere.
Yeah, because my wife was still living in Washington at that time when I first moved to Maryland, so it was just me and him.
Yeah.
So and we hated Washington D.C., so we just went to Gettysburg.
Oh, got out.
We did a ghost walk tour one night, and they were doing fireworks, and it felt like we're in the middle of a war because they're telling you ghost stories, the Civil War, and you're hearing all these fireworks
shit.
off. It was like, damn, sounds like we were here.
Well, I was looking for. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was looking for restaurants I could fucking smoke in, and so they still had them in the South. So I'm like, I want to go to. I want to tour all the restaurants that you could smoke in. I want to sit at a fucking restaurant.
What you have to do is next time you hear about that place having an actual reenactment, you should go back and see if they do it that way. See if they really get down. They do the horsehair and asking people for different items to cook with. Because if they don't do that and you get there and you're like, these actors suck, then you know that you fucking walked in on. So something happened while you were there, possibly.
I think they were training. It was like a training thing. They were training. So the fucking South guys were training the North guys how to fucking do surgery. So that's the whole. That was the whole thing. They were talking about how to do surgery.
34 in the chat. 10 thumbs up. Come on, people, hit that fucking thumbs
boiling
up.
Boiling fucking horsehair, and I was like, "Oh, this is a fucking surgeon's area." Oh, but they don't know about bacteria.
I can't believe we have all these people here and nobody's hitting the thumb buttons up. What's up with that?
What do you mean? You got 31 thumbs up, I see.
Oh, somebody in the chat wrote there's only
13.
10 thumbs up.
It's 13.
Oh.
We've achieved 13.
I got 31 on mine.
Oh shit.
Okay. I apologize, people.
We're in the reverse world. We're in the reverse
I
world.
apologize.
We're in the reverse world. It's 13.
You're probably on a delay.
True. Well, also, yeah, StreamYard too. I'm not really seeing it. I was just reading someone in the chat. Yeah, you're right. 39. You're right.
I got to get myself a Bigfoot footprint cast. That's the only thing I don't have. I'm dying for one of them.
Heck yeah, man. Just have some plaster of Paris ready with some hairspray. And then next time you're on the coast.
Well, that next time I'm out, if I ever see one, yeah. But I mean, I'm going to actually order one. You can actually order like a copy. I got to get one for the house. I got to hang one up. Put it in my living room. See what my wife says if I put it in the living room.
This one behind me is a Patty replica, so it's really cool. It's from Bluff Creek, of course. I ordered it long ago.
Patterson Gimlin?
Yep.
Great.
Really cool. Authentic footage, of course.
Legendary. Yep.
I think there's more to the story. But yeah, that's for MK Davis to get into. And we were actually talking about that on the early show. But I wear
Have you ever met him?
MK Davis? No, I haven't. But I would love to interview him because a lot of his theories I subscribe to, and he's really into analyzation. So, unbiased analyzation, and that's what we're kind of looking for in this. But yeah, man, her foot dwarfs mine, and rest in peace, Patty, because I think she lost her life after that footage, sadly. But I just casted a footprint the other day that is either 3 toes or 4 toes, and it's still much wider than mine. But yeah, man, have plaster of Paris ready or some high end. You're a well established man. Get better than plaster Paris, but I'm
out of all the prints you casted, have any of them have the mid tarsal joint break? Is it noticeable on any of your casts?
Yes. Just on the one recently, you can tell there's a mid tarsal break, but I've also had ones that it looks like a human footprint, but also just very slender, and it doesn't have that mid tarsal break. Yep, and it matches with into the 400.
I'm trying, Connor. Do you have one of those footprint things on your TikTok videos?
No, but I could grab them real quick. I got a bunch of them right over here.
I actually have the Bigfoot screaming video on my TikTok when I was up there.
Heck yeah! How did it do on TikTok?
I'll tell you right now.
Everyone's checking their TikToks.
All right, so here's a couple casts.
I did one TikTok video.
This is the first one that I made that we got in
a good
cave.
cast, man.
This one I'm super proud of because it shows the toes, and then it also shows the scrape marks. And we were scouting for the Void Cat, me and Jack McClellan, 2 hours worth of filming with more than $5,000 worth of equipment. So it's not just a stupid phone messing up. And we filmed all day, and we go in this cave, and we find one lone footprint, and he films me finding it and freaking out. But then we look back at the footage, electrical interference, and some people have commented that it might be Morse code or some kind of connection, them trying to reach out. But it was very interesting. But I went back the next day, and I casted it and got this masterpiece. And this looks like
the toes are so long, man.
Yeah, they're very long and very strong. And I've seen juvenile ones that they seem to use their toes a lot, and there's muscle behind it.
Like that.
And you can tell that this person,
they're so long. It's all the way at the bottom.
Been barefoot for a really long time. So I think it's either a female Sasquatch after seeing Into the 400. These look just like it. Then also it could be like a cave crawler, like in the Descent. But I am not, totally opposed to it. Could be a homeless person that is very malnourished.
Nah, look at the size of those toes.
Of the cave.
Well, if you got a foot fetish, I bet you're hard right now. This is like foot fetish stuff here.
But
Those
yes,
are like
it is very
alien
cool.
toes, man.
And there's many video of it discovered and then us casting it. And then, me
give
analyzing
great
this
foot.
footprint.
You give great foot.
Is that the Bigfoot video you're talking about right here?
No. Go down to like the bottom.
That's the best foot I ever
Right
had.
there. Go up. Above the rainbow. Up another
Right here.
row.
8-time
Nope.
UFO? No.
No, up. I think it's the next row. Next row. Right there. See it right there with the Bigfoot? Yep.
There it is. Epic Bigfoot.
Nice.
In the as soon as it starts, it screams, and then again at the end. Start it one more time, because the minute you start it,
I heard it.
You missed it already.
Right there.
That's the other one, but the minute it starts, the first one does it.
I caught the first one.
And I'm going to put that link to this video right here in the chat, people, so you guys can later on put it on and play it loud.
What do you think, Donna?
Yeah. And I also heard a train.
Yeah, I hear both sounds right at the beginning and then the one loud scream. And that sounds just like what I've heard with my own ears and different recordings all around America, all around the world. Some people, try to explain it off as like a mountain lion or a bobcat.
That ain't no mountain lion. I've heard
fighting.
bobcats before,
You
man.
can feel it in your chest, man.
It feels like
forest.
If you take a speaker and put the bass and the treble all the way up and hug the speaker, that's what it felt like inside my chest when that thing screamed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just left you a comment.
I heard
awesome video.
Thank you.
I'm gonna download it and then add it into my drafts and
I'm cutting the wood with the axe.
I'm gonna share it for sure.
Yeah, man,
what is this one right here?
That's Todd Standing's one. I made like a spoof on it with the music.
Oh, okay.
Not a spoof, but I put a funny song behind it.
Let's watch it.
I love Bigfoot, man. I'm fascinated.
TikTok songs are usually copyrighted for.
Okay.
Don't want to get banned. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They are.
Yeah, but yeah, you got a good TikTok channel.
For sure.
It's just it's like a year old also, so it's getting going.
Do you ever go live on there?
I have like once or twice. Like
it would be hard to like zoom your phone in,
the phone
really do justice.
Yeah. I sometimes I do like the live when the sun's coming up on the beach. People like to come check that out.
Heck yeah. Maybe give it to one of the youngsters when you're having one of your family shindigs. Let them just, live it. Because you can always go back and download your lives too. So that way, if you do get one of your, I know you got cameras rolling all the time, but you can get your live reaction maybe. And who knows, maybe get some gold somehow. But, I just encourage that because once you're actually go live,
I actually have a piece of FLIR footage that I don't have up yet from when I was in PA the same time.
Wow.
I'm walking through the woods in the middle of the night with the FLIR camera, right? And I'm just walking around talking, filming everything with the FLIR camera for the first time. And that's the same that morning I heard those two screams. This is the same night. And I play back the footage, I'm checking it out, and I see this big branch like a tree that got knocked down, get pushed down to the ground, like right off to the left of me. And then a big blob mass object over. Now I'm in the middle of the fucking woods by myself. There's not another house around me for 50, 60 acres.
Great.
I gotta send you this footage. Did
you have a gun?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
The tree gets pushed down, held down, and then you see this mass like move off to the side. Now I don't know what it was, but I didn't hear anything with my ears. I didn't even hear the tree get pushed down, and it was like 10 feet away from me. It was so weird. So weird.
That's fascinating. I think you filmed a Sasquatch with the first time you were using that camera, and that just shows
you'll have to see the footage. You'll have to see the.
Interesting. I know that you would have heard a bear running away. Best believe
I didn't
that.
hear
They don't run in
shit. Not a
silence.
footstep. Not the tree. You see the tree gets pushed down on the video. You hear all the audio, but you do not hear the tree getting pushed down. That's the strangest thing, man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fascinating, brother.
I never posted it because it's FLIR footage. It's like you see hot and cold temperature only, so it's kind of hard to, I know what I was looking at when you look at the footage because I was there. But
did you bring a 9mm or did you bring like a Desert Eagle?
I'm a retired cop. Well, I'm an ex-cop.
Oh yeah, you're a Desert Eagle.
So, no, I just my 9mm.
Okay.
My Beretta.
Let me ask you. I don't know if you said this earlier in the show. I know you said you saw a UFO. I can't remember if you said you actually seen a gray or an alien personally. I know you said you felt your abduction, but you ever see one here on this planet where you know it was an alien?
No, never before. No.
Scary.
Just when you're taken. Not even when I had that missing time experience. I don't remember anything but seeing the craft and then coming to, and it was, 5 hours later.
Were you probed?
Remember anything? Probably. My ass hurt for weeks after that.
Did they have a cigarette afterwards at least?
But the other times I just, relate them to having like very, very vivid dreams. And people swear, there are people in the field that swear to me that I was taken. But how am I going to,
And Bob, Dr. Wu, now, I remember I think a long time when you talked about how you have a marking on your tattoo that you didn't have before, and you had, I can't remember exactly the thing, that you were having a memory freeze or something happened at night, and then you woke up, there's a marking.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So the place I'm staying at, the gal that owns all the cats, and this is in England. So I'm in Manchester, England. And so anyway, I watch cats and dogs. That's why I did there to stay there. These are like pedigrees. So anyway, I feed them, whatever. Anyway, so the lady was sick and she left the house. There was nobody in the house. So I'm by myself, chilling on the couch. You know how long it's been since I can smoke a joint? So I'm like smoking weed in this British house, which is still technically illegal over in fucking England. I'm getting high because I know all the people on the street. So I get weed. So I'm smoking weed, having a good time, relaxing, and next thing you know, I'm kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like if someone just dumped fucking soft pillow feathers on your face, like white pillow feathers in my face. Huh? So that's all I remember. But anyway, so the next day, everything's all normal. I look at I have a tattoo right here. It's got ink. It's inked. Ink runs deep if you have tattoos. And there's like perfect round circle in the tattoo.
That's crazy.
Fuck? That's like flesh. That's flesh.
Like a scoop mark, like I have?
No, it's smooth. It's white dot. There's a triangle, a white dot triangle. Looks like clear white. One of the dots is right in the heart of the fucking tattoo. So that's how I can trace it. I'm like, fuck happened to me? There's nothing, no metal
that you know of.
That I know of, but I mean, I look at it, I'm like, is it a scoop? It's a little ass, like if you have a tea and you have a tea straw, the little ass weird little that kind of dot. And it's perfectly white in the dark tattoo.
Wow.
So I go, oh fuck, man. I think I've been abducted. Shit.
That dot is still there and it's still white to this day.
It's still there. Yeah, clear as day. I just show people there. Look,
even tattoo ink that's white. It's very hard to stay in your skin. It disappears very quickly.
Yeah, no, mine's still there. It's because you can't miss it in the tattoo.
Wow.
If they would just went around the tattoo, but they made a mistake, and it's like, oh, well, that's clearly skin that had been punctured in deep, like deep. Would have to be removed because the tattoo ink would have been in the spot. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
And then Anthony, I'm not saying this is UFO or this is paranormal, but there were incidents where Bob and I somehow during about the same time, it might be daytime, might be nighttime, we get almost the same type of injuries on our
Same
body.
injury.
Like I broke my ankle, like busted up, and then he got hurt. And then what was about? I ripped my tarsal muscle. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And then something happened to you about the same time when I did this.
Same exact time. Like same exact time. I'm like, God damn, I can't pick up my arm. It was so sore for a long time. And we said it on, I think we said it on camera. I said, hey man, and I told you first, did you hurt your fucking arm? You're like, yeah.
I just came from the doctor. I had a
my buddies from Black Lotus Production, Damien and Rich, they experience things like that together all the time, man. Missing time in the car together. He'll get a strange injury, then the other guy get a strange injury at a similar spot. They've been abducted together multiple times. Who knows? Maybe you two guys are taken together at different locations, but together.
Well, what's weird is, Anthony, it wasn't just a one-time thing. It happened like 3 different injuries. That's like, well, hold on. One, you can say that's luck.
Coincidence.
But
Yeah.
2 or 3, that's.
I was getting my ass beat up in that house. Now, I'm telling you guys, the place I was staying in was a 1700s. Used to be a pub. This place is haunted.
I would love to go somewhere like that.
Place in Manchester. Like the number 1 haunted place in Manchester.
Do you go out? You guys go out in the field and do like live on location paranormal stuff? Yeah,
I did 2 of them over there.
Bob gone out, not live, but pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah, I did 2 of those. Yeah, because I went out to a cemetery with a couple of people, and we made our way around, and I called it off because I was already warned. Yeah, I was already warned.
When Bob was in the UK, he would be my reporter, and I used to do a segment just for Dr. Wu, World News Part, and he'll go out and investigate something, and we'll put it on air. So it was like he was like a real newscaster out in the field.
That's great.
Yeah, I was like, what? This thing kept saying bad things about a female that was holding a camera, and I was like, what's going on? Nothing. I'm not getting nothing here, I said. I'm not getting nothing. And it was saying vulgar things about a female camera person. I was like, I kept my mouth shut. We're done here. Why? Because I don't feel good. Something in me, man. Maybe it's a spirit, but we have to leave now.
I hear that a lot, though, with the spirit paranormal stuff. People get sick. People get bad headaches. People get scratched. I know it sounds crazy, but I want to really experience that. I want to go out with like a legit paranormal team and film live and see what the hell happens. Like, I'm not afraid to go in that dark room on the other side of the building by myself and sit there. Awesome. I want to experience that.
You'd be fine, dude. You'd be fine. Yeah.
I want to go out
because it's not scary if you want to go out. Because then you're fascinated with it. You're like, I'm almost excited. Like I caught a fish.
Hell yeah. I want to go out in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night when, Bigfoots are supposed to be roaming around because they're nocturnal. I want to experience that, man.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, when you catch something.
I want to experience all these things.
I caught a fish, but this fish is angry and really likes the women. So I'm not saying anything. I had to ask everyone to put their shit. We're gonna go. Why?
Here's one we did with Bob out in the field. Give me a second. Dr. Wu on a Euro trip. Here's a little video from Dr. Wu. Let's play it. Let's hear what he's got to say from the UK. What's going on over there? Is there something people are worried about? Is there a Sasquatch, paranormal? Let's hear what he has to say. Let me get it here. Let me click on it. All right, here we go. 1 minute and 22 seconds.
This is Robert Wood in Britain for Eric's News Channel. Telling you guys about RR or RH12. It's a meteor.
Handsome guy, isn't it?
It's going to crash into England. It's going to crash into everything. So I'm headed for the tunnels.
Our total meteors coming.
These underground coal tunnels where a lot of us might just be safe. We might just survive. It is the apocalypse. So I hope you guys
It's here.
don't
You're
get too
here
scared.
first. This might be the first anybody heard it from. That's awesome.
As you can see, it's sanctuary. We're all going to hide in the tunnels. These are old coal tunnels.
I was in the cold tunnel.
Which means I'm going to have to jump in and go inside there to survive. We're all going to die. Well, it's a fantastic. And if you're samurai, it's always a damn good day to die. And that's coming from British News. Have a wonderful day.
So Bob did
classic.
So Bob was basically telling people how to survive when a meteorite's coming to destroy, and Bob had the tunnel where we go into and survive if you're in the UK.
Yeah, well, I was
you're
studying
in
the
the
mud
UK.
floods. I was doing the mud floods. I wanted to see if they were true. I wanted to see if they're actually true. So I was doing all over Britain looking for the mud flood evidence. Holy fuck, there's evidence. Oh my god.
It's everywhere.
The place I was at, they were breaking the old rock off of it. I'm like, that's old brick. I went to school for archaeology. I got a hard on. So there's brick under this old rock. That's evidence. And then I look at the material, I pick up the rock. Oh, that's fucking mudstone. Oh shit. That's like a lot of mudstone covering up all this stuff. I'm like, wow, there's evidence of a fucking mud flood here. All over the place.
Amazing.
I've talked to people that have been like underneath New York, and they said there's like kingdoms underneath. You know, it's
I've been underneath
stuff.
I used to work at the 5th Precinct in Chinatown. I've been under. I've been under before.
Wow, like under with the mole people, or like underneath, like right above the
under the ground. Under the ground, like under the ground, like under the sewer tunnels in Manhattan. I've been down there. I've chased people down there before. Yeah, there's people fucking living down there, Connor. I'm not even kidding. Oh yeah,
sewer
it's a whole city
alligator
under the ground.
right?
Never seen an alligator under there, but there are people living under there. Straight up homeless people living.
They can,
underground in the city.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I was under the ground because I was looking at the bricks. As lame as it may sound, I want to know who built this. There's no way these people could have built this. There's no way. I'm looking for the erosion rates on it. What was coming through there? It was like evidence of a early culture that was thriving. This was a working.
I'm convinced that hundreds of thousands of years ago there was all this different kind of technology that all got wiped away and forgotten about, and then we all started all over again. And all that technology is all in the past, because when you look at the pyramids and you look at how these rocks were carved, and we don't have the technology to pick them up and move them today at that size, nor cut them. So how'd they do it back then? There must be some lost technology that we never rediscovered. There has to be.
There's a discovery of Bob with this magic tree with an eye on it.
Oh yeah.
Show. Now, I've made a long pilgrimage, just like thousands, if not millions, if not hundreds of other people coming to this tree. This tree has the all-seeing eye. Now, a lot of people will come here because it winks at them, and it gives them messages. I've been talking to it, and I think the world might be coming to an end, but I'm not quite sure. But it's kind of weird that way. But here it is. It's the all-seeing eye inside the magic tree. And on a side note, I'm not wearing any underwear.
Love it.
Yeah, there was that tree. Everybody on this whole little village area was obsessed with this tree, like it's guiding their life. Like it controls them, and some of them will go sit in front of it, and it's an eye, and it would wink at them. And it would be an eye, like a single eye that would. And I'm asking them, what are you talking about? I'm looking at it. I guess there's an eye there. It was
you didn't come on. You didn't see the eye. I even seen it.
Yeah, it was there.
See it clear as day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get him back to the UK so I can get my reporter back out there.
Go out there, man. You can stay with Andy. My partner Andy lives out there.
There's reporters to do in Fresno.
Put you up.
Shootings and killings in Fresno.
Yeah, but I have to deal with the government at the moment. I'm in the middle of government negotiations.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta stay here. I would be gone, but I'm in the middle of government negotiations. These
So
people
Bob
are
would do
idiots.
the most awesome research for me, not just the Bigfoot UFO. He looks for the magic trees, where the tunnels for the meteorites. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to get out there. I want to go see Stonehenge. I want to go film down by Stonehenge. And my partner Andy and Skywatch Explorer and Hidden Underbelly, they're all going to get together out there in England and do a collab.
Oh, shit.
That's going to be pretty cool. I'd like to be there for that. I never been. It's probably beautiful. I would love to go.
Oh, you'd love it.
Probably never want to come back.
You'd love
What's
it as
that?
an American.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet.
And they're nice. Everybody's
I know. It's so different out there. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. You know, nobody's mean. You know, everyone's got like a different accent.
My partner Andy, man, so calm, so cool, so collected, and then I'm the fucking maniac of the group. You know, he's like, calm down a little bit. You know?
Yeah, over there you have to learn. It's a whole martial art in England. You have to, because you're like I am and was at one time. You're just fucking ready for it. But
yeah,
you got to go to England and they show you how to have a tea time.
Oh yeah.
How do you do tea time? And you don't want to put your back to the open area, so you want to sit in a position with your tea where you could see around you, but you learn to calm.
Yeah, calm yourself down. I bet. Yeah,
They teach you the art of relaxing, and then they teach you the art of taking the piss out of everything and just kind of just being humorous, relaxing. Because as Americans, we're just so pumped. We're just
all the time.
Let me
All
ask,
the time. It'd be good for you. It'd be healthy for you.
Let me ask Anthony, because we're getting close to the end game. So Anthony, you got any like big things coming up? Like, I don't know, what your channel, or you got a big project coming up you want us to know about and be excited for?
I mean, we're working on Extraterrestrial City. That's going to be our first documentary. And I'm currently getting ready to write my first book. So I just started that. Yeah. I'm no author. I got somebody, she's helping me out. I have an author helping me. Because that's really not my thing.
You know an Arthur right there.
Oh yeah, no, I know he's a genius, man, when it comes to his shit. But you know, I'm no kind of Flynn. I'll tell you that right now, man. When it comes to putting pen to paper, but
I'm pointing right.
But yeah, man, I definitely want to get everything out there in a book and see how it goes. You know, tell my story and see how people pick it up. Even if nobody picks it up, it'd just be cool to write and say, "Hey, I wrote a book."
Right.
You know, it'd just be something fun to do. I'm home doing nothing but filming all the time, and you know, I love what I do. And you know, maybe there's other people out there that'd be interested in my story and what I'm interested in. Who knows? We'll see.
Well,
you don't know till you don't know till you try.
Yeah,
well, different people take information differently. Some people watch YouTube, some people read about it. I mean, you're just taking all your experiences, putting it in every format for every person to check out different ways.
And it's also like spellcasting.
And
you
Connor
wrote it down.
just has his last book re-released yesterday.
Here you go. Yeah, like spellcasting. Once you write it on paper and you get it all done and it's an actual book and you send it out there, it's spellcasting.
Connor, do you have your book with you? The one you just got republished?
Yeah, I have the first copy of it. I don't have the newest edition of it. But yeah, this is the original. And Anthony, if you need any tips or any advice or anything, definitely ring my phone, because I self-published my first 4, and then I just signed with a publishing company, and they're re-putting them out. So it's an interesting concept. And if you ever need me to edit anything, it's very simple. I love to read. Man. And it's cool. It's a really cool concept. Once you get it formatted, just stay to it, man. And
that's the thing. I don't know how to format it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing would be stuck on. The story would just come right out, but you know how there's a certain way you have to format it to make it interesting. You know, you just can't have it all jumbled all over the place.
For sure. And you could work at different angles. And all these were between about 20,000, 25,000 and about 35,000 words. So if you break that down per day, per month, per 3-month outlook, it's not that much. A whole book, you can do it. We type so much bull crap on our phone every single day. Try to just not do that a little bit and then put it towards your Google documents, and boom, you'll have 4 or 5 books. But yeah, man, anything formatting wise, I can definitely help you out with. But I'm sure,
Thank you, brother.
I'm sure your girl can help out as well too.
Private channel. I keep telling people Connor needs a private channel because not everybody knows how to TikTok. So you go see Connor and say, have a little private channel. Dude, teach me how to TikTok. I feel like a nerd. Show me how to do this. Like, show me how to format a
He's
book.
absolutely right, because I was not a computer guy. I did everything on my phone, editing, everything on the phone. I just started using, I mean, it's embarrassing, but I just started using a computer like now.
Yeah,
a lot of computer guy, editing and downloading different kinds of software and all that stuff. That wasn't my thing. The only time I was ever on the computer when I was at work writing a fucking ticket for 10 minutes. That's it. Never used a computer. Was never editing or doing none of that cool stuff. Andy's taught me so much stuff in the past couple months. It's crazy. If I would have known all this stuff when I got started, shit, my videos would have been really good at the beginning instead of shit.
You know what I love about this?
That's funny because I edit on the computer, and then Connor tell me you should edit your TikToks on your phone. It's easier.
It's so much easier to do it on the phone. No, it's so much easier to do it on the phone. I'm all about the phone. Andy's like, throw that fucking phone in the garbage, start using the computer. You can do so much more on the computer. But I'm so used to doing everything on the phone.
I'm going to call my cool friend, into his site. Connor, I'm having a problem TikToking. What does this thing do? You can add a song to it. How do you add a song? Pull me up on a thingy. How do I add a song? You got to hit this button.
Surprised how many people do not know how to do that. TikTok or none of that stuff. They don't have a clue.
Hold it to the camera for Connor. Like, hit that button. Okay.
Well, Anthony, I didn't really have a clue until Connor helped me out.
Yeah.
Now I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers.
My 7-year-old niece helped me out with TikTok. I had no clue how to use it. Yeah, I'm almost at 3,000 now too, like 2,500. I'm getting there. Yeah.
I just got an Obama phone. I just got a phone. I hadn't had a phone in 3 years. So I was like, and I got it from the people in the tents. Is that an Obama phone? Cool.
Oh, like a free phone? Yeah. I seen that.
Shit, man. I'm like, I want to go TikTok, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna shut the world down with a free phone.
Anthony, have you seen Deliver Us from Evil about that NYPD like sergeant that had paranormal? Ralph Sarchi. It's based on a true story. I'm not sure the date. I'm guessing the 90s, but it was very interesting, and I'll send you some information on it. Just because I'm sure a lot goes on in the city. But
they made a movie about that.
Yeah,
Deliver
Eric
Us from Evil?
Yup.
I gotta check that out. No.
Yeah, you would like it, man.
Never heard. I'm gonna go look for that when I go up. Is it on Amazon?
I'm not entirely sure, but I can find you a link. I can find the place for it. And then of course,
definitely send me a link.
While we're on the Amazon alien, theme, I of course have to bring it out. Zillafoot. Have you seen it yet? Oh man, so bad it's good, but it is a alien masterpiece. The UFOs come down and then they summon this half Godzilla, half Bigfoot beast, and the military brings me in, the cryptid research officer, and I bring them great advice, but my light is too bright for them, and they escort me out, and it's a really funny one. But you get a good one. You get a good kick just because you know me and aliens, so it'd be fun for you.
And if you're a Prime member, it's free to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's on Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Prime and it's at Walmart. So
what's the name of it? I'm going to watch it.
Zillafoot.
Zilla?
Yep, Zillafoot. The greatest
I'm going up to watch that right now when we're done.
The greatest movie ever made.
Now, tomorrow, I am going to be doing another world news tomorrow. It'll be at noon tomorrow. I'll do it at noon tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing. And of course, I'll have one on Friday. And then I actually going to put out Saturday a 5-minute video that Sammy Hagar says he was abducted by aliens. So I got his story. That I'm going to put out on Saturday. So, yeah. So if you guys never heard his story, I'll put that out on Saturday on his abduction.
That's a cool story.
Nice.
It is. I'm going to put that out on Saturday for people. I want to save it for Saturday. Now, Connor, what do you got coming up?
I forgot what day it is, but I got big things coming. No, I'm working tomorrow, but just got big things planned. My book just came out on Amazon, Monsters and Mysteries Around the Corner. Super excited about that. My newest one, other than that, Big Brother, Bigfoot, Eerie Swamps, Road Trip to Eden. Of course, my Dogman movie is coming out next month, The Void Cat. And I've been hustling, man, and writing scripts. I wrote one about a leprechaun and then one about a mermaid. So we're picking actors right now, and I'm already got like my buddy Tristan and Jack. Yeah, if anybody wants to fly into Florida, I got 2 extra rooms right over there.
You should make a love story. That leprechaun and mermaid falls in love. That would be a great love story.
Yeah. I'm the my name's Damon. That's Nomad backwards. I stole that from The Signal, one of my favorite Area 51 movies. Yeah, what's really cool is it was filmed in the desert, which I've spent a lot of time in. And then it also was filmed in Ohio, right in a location where I did LSD for the first time. So I feel like I'm Damon and the Nomad the whole time. But yeah, I'm the main character in the Siren movie, the mermaid movie, of course. So that one's going to be really easy. And the mermaid is Cassie, the girl that we casted this footprint with, the four-toed footprint the other day. Yeah, the cute blonde girl in my video the other day, Bob. You saw her. The angel from above. You know, I say I look for strange and mysterious cryptids, and I find these goddesses. That's what happens when you stay true to yourself. But yeah, then the other one is a leprechaun movie, and that one is really cool too because Flan, that's my character, and of course Flan, and that means redhead and also red blood, true blood. So I'm an Irishman, you know, to the core. So this is going to be my tribute to my childhood, to my heritage, you know. And it starts off, man, it sucks swamp down here in the South. There's barely any Irish people. And then the one guy's like, why does that matter? Well, because they don't celebrate St. Patty's Day. No partying, no drinking, no babes, no nothing. And that's the truth, you know? March 17th up there is Christmas in Cleveland. And down here, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Feliz Navidad, Cinco de Mayo. That's about it. So it's just a wild thing. So I'm bringing that Southern Shamrock. That's what that one's called. Southern Shamrock and Eternal Siren. But yeah, and then we're filming the Fallout movie this Sunday too. But I plan on smoking a bunch of blunts in between and making memories.
Now, Anthony, Bob, you know, about a year in the future, Connor's gonna forget all about us.
Yeah,
he's gonna be. I was just thinking that in my head, man. Yeah, he's gonna be Hollywood real soon, man.
No, man.
When they're gonna tell Connor to delete all videos with us.
No, who the hell's Unidentified-S4? No, I don't know him from nowhere. Who?
The goal is, now, here's our goal. Connor and I talked about this. Now, we need to get him famous because I need him to get into the Eyes Wide Shut parties. He's going to have a camera. We're going to film the whole goddamn thing. Now, we need him famous, though. He's the best, guys. I love his movies. Famous. Get him famous.
Yeah, we've seen the Void Cat.
And my commercials.
And his commercials.
I love that commercial's great.
Soon you'll be in that.
Yes, BA10. All you guys stank. No, the commercials, the movies, the videos, the books. It's all aspects, you know. And Anthony, honestly, tonight has been really inspiring. I love it.
Hearing pleasure, man. Thank you, man.
Hearing it from you, man. You're pedal to the metal. And keep sending those links for your show, man. It was Easter. It was a weird night. when you sent me the last one, but as you know, with all
That's
three
all
of
right.
us, you can always shoot us a link, and if the stars
yeah,
align,
same here, man.
if Orion's belt is at the right angle and he's, just right, he shoots that arrow at me, I'm going to catch it, I'm going to dodge it, and bounce it right back off the firmament. But I love it, man, and keep up the great work. And
Thank you, man. You too, man.
Get to writing that book. I really can't wait. I hope everybody becomes authors, or at least just write it down in your diary or in your journal. We carry so many thoughts and memories with us. It's a burden. It's heavy to carry. So release yourself.
You're absolutely
so
right.
Anthony, you are filled with
absolutely right,
information.
man.
So get it down so that way you could just boom, be free, kick back. Create more.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what it's
Yeah,
about.
man.
That's why, Eric asked me, people steal your content. Yeah, I got more in the bank, baby. As long as the spark's pumping, the crystals are coming, baby.
More people got to be like this guy, man. Are you kidding me?
Love
Good
it.
vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Very good.
He is one of a kind. I mean, you can't DNA Connor. There's only one Connor out there.
No.
This was a great show.
Now, Bob,
I
you
was
got
just
anything?
on. I was just one second. I was just on Bigfoot Crossroads recently, and that interview is doing very well. And I looked at the comments, and a lot of positivity, and it's really cool, really, really awesome. And then a couple of them are like, "I cannot stand this guy. He even slowed it down, and I still can't stand him." I love it. That just shows there is a variety. Like, not everybody is droids and bots just yet.
Yep.
We still have it in us, guys. So love me, hate me. Hope you just feel me. You're gonna feel it.
And everybody, in
no
the
homo with that,
description,
though.
every one of these guys'
homo.
channels is in the description. Anthony, Bob's, Bigfoot. So if you guys ever want to get to their individual channels, go right to the description. They're right there. And Anthony, was a fun night. This was awesome.
Pleasure, man. Thank you.
We got to do this again. I mean, we're just scratching the surface.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
So beyond
And
that, guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. And hopefully I see a lot of you guys tomorrow doing the world news. And beyond that, we'll see everybody later.